Today on the channel, we are unboxing Hot Toys Red Venom, otherwise known as Carnage. The figures box is huge and almost didn't fit my quote-unquote studio, but I managed to somehow make it fit, and that's what she said. As usual, a first time unboxing. I have only seen videos and pictures of this figure, never in person. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Lots to go over and lots to complain about. Enjoy!
Third Rate Review is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
If you heard the cold open, we're going to unbox Carnage today.
Carnage or
Yes,
Carnage?
Carnage. That's the correct French spelling by the French creator Jean-Pierre Le Carnage. I don't know, I'm talking that on my ass. Jesus. Oh, put it sideways. Wow.
It's heavy.
It is heavy. Try to lift it.
It is heavy.
It is heavy. A beautiful image of the character in the front. The box is pretty huge. So this definitely will not fit in my display case. So we'll have to see what we do from there. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all right. I just took off the plastic. Oh, here it is again. Very glossy. Very nice. All right, now we're gonna take off this thing. Oof.
There Be Carnage. Carnage.
Probably gonna hit the camera. Carnage 1/6 scale. Collectible figure. Ooh.
Oh, darn.
The accessories are on top, which we'll go over towards the end of the video. Yeah, very nice. That is heavy too. Jeez. This figure has received several accolades, so I decided to purchase it because I thought it would look good in my collection. All right. Okay. There's Carnage again. Huge figure, as you can tell. So, another reason why I got it is I do plan to have a diorama of Carnage, Venom fighting against the 3 Spider-Mans, maybe 4 if I get the other one. Unfortunately, my vision won't come to fruition until the middle of 2024, because that's when all the figures will be released. So, all right, let's go over the figure now. Ooh. 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 Wow. All right, this is more accessories on the base at the bottom. We'll go over those later. Whoa. Oh my God.
So.
Yeah, but feel it.
Oh my, she's so real.
So obviously, it looks like the Carnage from the film. Oh, there goes his head. Yeah, look at that. It looks disgusting.
It's alien. And the shape is like an alien too.
Yeah. So obviously, this is the version from the film, not from the comic books. So it's meant to look a certain way. It looks more detailed too, if I can say that right. Let me remove that. Go on there. This is Hot Toys packaging, which I mentioned in the last video, tends to be very intense. Ooh, okay. Watch me cut the thing. Oh. Okay. Wow, that is gigantic.
It is huge.
Feels rubbery, which is pretty cool. Okay, so yes, all rubbery except for the joints, which doesn't bother me too much. You can still pose it without looking weird. This figure is a lot bigger than the usual one, with a height of almost 17 inches, standing tall, weighing almost 10 pounds, and costing a whopping $445.
Wow, so cheap.
Not including shipping and handling from Sideshow. This is the collector's edition, not the deluxe one that comes with a small Venom bust. I didn't feel the extra bust was worth the extra $65. And let's just play with it up there.
Yeah, let's put on the other head, the one with the tongue is out.
Oh, it's magnetic, you see? Oh, the neck. Yeah, so it's so it snaps on. So I mean, it's easy to move. I mean, obviously you won't play with it, but I wish the feet would bend, have like 3 points of articulation. The one thing that I don't like is that it doesn't include a head for Woody Harrelson from the film. It looks very much like the Carnage, obviously, in the film.
Nice.
Yeah, nice, right? Look at the teeth.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, and now we're gonna do the famous
Tongue.
Oof.
Oh, look at that.
Wow,
Nasty.
that is pretty cool.
Look at
That is pretty
oh
awesome.
my god. Yes.
Yeah, right? That's
yeah,
pretty.
I think you should, when you're displaying it, display it with that one.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not gonna do
I
this.
know. Whenever.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's cool. That's
wow.
nasty.
That is really cool. The material is really great. Details on the skin. It's amazing. Jeez. Oh, that's kind of weird.
It is like a napkin.
Yeah,
Like a Pampers or
yeah, it
something.
looks like coming off. I guess they couldn't do, you know, like the whole bodysuit around. I mean, I think it's a challenge, you know, with these figures that you want to make him as
real as possible.
yeah, as realistic and look like the film version. Missing that sculpt though for the head for Woody Harrelson would have been amazing, and I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get the rights to the character, but all right. All right, well, that's a good unboxing, I think. There's a lot of the accessories. It's going to take me a while, so all right. Thanks for joining me for this one. On to the next one.
Here we can see how we can remove the skin parts to reveal where the tentacles will fit. They are not very difficult to remove as long as you have nails. Thankfully, I stopped biting mine a few weeks ago. There are 3 openings where the tentacles can attach to, fitting only one direction. You may have a rough time trying to attach all 3 though, since the rubbery material can push off each other. Here I wanted to show you where the small tentacle is snapped off while I was posing the figure. Nothing that some glue can't fix, but be careful when you're handling your own figure. Another PSA from your buddy, the third-rate reviewer. These accessories are hard plastic and pointy. I stabbed myself several times while trying to pose them and removing them as well, so there's another warning. Now here's a view of my personal interaction with the big ass blade that's supposed to attach to the forearm. Here you see you're supposed to pull this out, and it's very difficult, so you gotta grip really tight and pull it out and then put the blade in. Be careful with it. Hentai lovers, this is your figure. Carnage comes with 8 tentacles growing out of 4 individual pieces. Each one bends to whatever shape you like and can fit one of the several attachments. They are made of rubbery material, and this can make it difficult to have it stay put in the back sometimes. Carnage also comes with a huge arm blade for attaching to the forearm, one big ass arm blade for the forearm as well, and a left and right extra pointy hands, one very long and pointy hand for either side, and 2 regular hands. These are the tentacle tips. I can't really name them all, so just know there are 10 and they can stab you as well. There are 2 head sculpts. Yes, once again, no Woody Harrelson sculpt, and 3 tongues. Why do we have 3 tongues when we only have 2 heads? Carnage also comes with the base, with the name of the film and the nameplate as well. I would recommend using the base because the figure tends to topple over without it. Likeness. Gosh, this is a tough one. Yes, the figure is definitely a copy of Carnage in the film, but no Woody Harrelson sculpt? Am I asking for too much? Or do something like the Venom one with half a face, you know? This is probably more of my personal gripe. I really think a huge benefit of these figures, and the reason we want them, is for the work that goes into making them resemble the actors. I'm gonna have to give this one a 4. Craftmanship. Again, maybe I'm being too harsh. The joints are visible and that may not bother you, but when you compare to Venom, it's kind of a letdown. I understand why they did the arms for the sake of the accessories, but I would have rather much having a seamless skin over the arms. Same for the legs. Also, that butt part is really distracting when posing, and not in a good way. Another part, the tentacles. If you've ever played with toys that had the inside metal, you know they are not very durable. They will snap eventually if you keep moving them. The tentacles are also difficult to stay on because of how they are designed. They tend to push off the back. Also, that small tentacle snapping off as I posed it, not a good sign that this is meant to be handled a lot. I'm gonna have to give this a 3.5. Accessories. Guys, it really gave us a lot, and I really appreciate it. I can't complain, but maybe I can. I would actually prefer a bit more attention to the figure rather than all the accessories. The thing is, the figure is not very friendly to constant movement, as you've seen in the video with the small tentacles snapping off. They did mean well though, but I honestly think it was to add to the price. Maybe if they didn't include so much it would be less, but what do I know. The heads with the tongues do look amazing though, so that's a plus. The extra tips for the older tentacles is also a nice touch, but they add unnecessary weight to them. Because they did give us a lot, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Value. Oof. Okay, here's where I'm going to make enemies. First, getting this out of the way. I like the figure, I really do. But I think if they would have focused a lot more on getting that Woody Harrelson sculpt, the possibility factor and the durability of the figure, it would mean a sure purchase for anyone. After all, we aren't buying these figures to play with, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm going to show this off in my display case and post it one way for maybe the rest of the time I own it. I'm lazy, I'm not going to keep changing it. And maybe you'll say then, just buy a statue, you idiot. And maybe you're right. Well, I certainly am an idiot. But I do want to have some possibility of freedom with it. Well, in the end, if you're a huge fan of the Spider-Man universe, or the film, or the character of Carnage, then maybe it's worth it. The regular version at least. You shouldn't go for the extra one. And if you're not, for $445, I would probably say skip it and buy something that will really make you happy to own. This is gonna be my first below 4 in value for a figure. It's going to be a 3.6. You know, handling the figure and looking at it makes me feel great, and that's without having to add all the accessories or pulling out the forearm or seeing the ugly ass. And I think that's ultimately what I'm trying to say. I think it would be a fantastic purchase for anyone if dating tried to do so much. There's something about simplicity that can really go a long way. And I think that's where this figure kind of went wrong. Do I regret paying the steep price for it? I mean, kind of, but I do want to complete my diorama of Carnage and Venom versus Spider-Man, so that's my justification. And also, it is a pretty damn cool looking figure. But you know, just take everything else into consideration of what I said. I certainly hope you didn't watch this video to justify your purchase, and if you did, I'm so sorry, and please don't flame me. I'm very sensitive. But ultimately, the total points for this review will be a 3.9. Well, I certainly hope this video helped you someone and it was entertaining. And if you hate it or like it, please comment. And if you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. And I want to thank all of you who've commented and subscribed already. I really appreciate you, and I hope that I can continue bringing you some mediocre content. On to the next one.